Hello everybody and welcome to TJ's Lego Room, and I better hurry because all the batteries on my stuff is dying. So let's make it a short and sweet video, shall we? So I'm excited to announce that I have put instructions up for my first order tie reaper. So here you go. Now I did make some modifications from the original version. I cleaned up a few of the plates into tiles, some structural issues, as well as a couple of cheats that I'll mention in just a little bit. But as we get into this, I am going to say that at the end of this video, I have a couple of questions that I genuinely would like answers to from you guys. They're not poll questions or baiting to try to get like algorithm stuff. I legitimately have questions that I would like your help answering, if that's okay. So here we go. Spinning that guy around. Looks pretty good, right? So if you've watched my original video for the tie reaper, you'll know that I had some I had some cool techniques that I used to get it into this kind of orientation on the windscreens. I am super excited that I was able to keep that, but I actually did cheat a little bit, and I didn't know this until like months after I put out the video, is that when I offset this upper windscreen so that it fit perfectly against this front one, it actually was lifted slightly on the back end because of the pieces that I used. And so I had to redesign that interaction right there so that it didn't have any holes. You know, you could show it from the top. No extra holes in there, no gaps in any of it. But so that it still held it together. So that took a little bit of re-engineering. It's kind of fun when you discover those things after the fact. But everything else still works the same. We've got the folding down wings, the opening back end, which is really fun, and then the totally and completely hollow inside, which is very important to me because if it's a transport, I wanted it to really feel like some sort of a shuttle. So a couple little side notes that were not in the original video. This craft was originally designed to fit on the back of the ATTC, or more accurately, the ATTC was built so that it could handle this landing on its landing pad. So as a left-handed person and a right-brained thinker, I think a little bit backwards than some other people, and I start a lot of my larger projects by thinking of the smallest thing that I want to design that goes into the large project. So for the ATTC, I thought about what kind of a ship would I land on the back end of it. It needs to be some kind of a shuttle for the first order. And then if you know my YT985, I did the same thing with that one, except just using the cargo pods that detach on the saucer section of that Corellian ship. I designed those first so that I knew how big the rest of the ship had to be to fit those cargo pods. So I think a little bit backwards sometimes. And if you've watched my last couple of videos, there may be some smaller ships and vehicles and things that might be part of a larger project coming up. So little teaser there. Anyway, the instructions for this guy are up on Rubricable right now. I am very happy with how this has turned out. I think it's a very good quality product for you guys. And so I hope that it works out for you as well as it has for me. Now, as I go ahead, and I'll just spin this around a couple more times while I talk, but I have two questions for everybody out there. One of them has to do with basically how I feel about it is kind of asking people to pay me money. So I had somebody suggest that I start a Patreon, and I have a couple of hangups about it. I don't really know what I would be able to offer. I'm in my Lego room maybe a couple hours a night, and that's when work's not busy, and lately it has been very busy. But if you wanted like extra access to me, like being able to message me directly or set up a Discord or something, I'm not sure how I would be able to do that and give people more access because I do have other things in my life I do. But if that's something that you think would be useful to you or that some of you out there would be willing to do, let me know. It is something that I've thought about. One of the tiers I thought about doing was to actually give you a coupon every month for one of my instructions for free. And so that was an idea. It'd be $5 or $6 because I know Patreon takes a cut as well, and then everybody else would also get their cut. So it might be just a little bit more than buying the instructions directly, but it would help me, and it would be something that I could count on every month as far as money I could put into the Lego room. But let me know. I genuinely have an interest in knowing what you guys would want out there. I think the main reason people wanted a Patreon for me was so that they could get extra access or get extra content. And honestly, if I was getting a little extra money every month, I absolutely would put up a little extra content for you guys. I think that's a fair exchange. So that was the first question. The second question is a little more project based. And that is, if you've seen my previous videos, occasionally I mention this game that I've been working on for the last decade. I have stumbled upon a very good version of the game. So my question for you, my second question is, would you be interested in a game where you could take your minifigures and some of the smaller vehicles, speeder bikes, ATRT kind of things, and other vehicles as well, motorcycles, cars, and things. And if you could put them on a table and move them around with a rule set and play a game with them. And these would be using the minifigures and the things that you already have in your collection. And is that something that you would be interested in? I'm playing it with my family right now, and it's a ton of fun. I played with my wife for the very first time in a decade since we've been married. I've been working on it this whole time, and I finally broke down and let her play it because I thought I was pretty close to the end, and she absolutely loved it. It was a lot of fun, and she's been really supportive of me through this process. So just let me know if that is something you're interested in as well. I'm trying to really hone down what kind of projects I'm moving forward on, if I should just keep doing videos like I'm doing now, or if I should branch out and start creating more of these products for you guys. I'm already creating the instructions. I'm creating the YouTube videos that are kind of monetized. I have yet to receive a check yet. But the instructions are doing extremely well. And it's funny, a lot of people have been repeat customers of the instructions, which is kind of fun because people buy the instructions, they look through them, they think they're well enough done that they come back and buy more, which is one of the greatest compliments I've ever received, is people coming back and doing the same thing again. So anyway, I appreciate everybody for sticking around this long. If you have the time to answer those couple of questions for me, I'd really appreciate it. It really help guide the direction of TJ's Lego Room. So let me know. In the meantime, though, and until we see you next time, we'll see you in TJ's Lego Room. Play well. Bye.